Today I'd like to discuss freeing ourselves, freeing yourself from yourself. What do I mean by this? You see, many of us find ourselves trapped as a prisoner in a world which we have created. We find ourselves prisoner in this world. We have created the prison in which we exist. We're trapped in this self-made prison, and some of us stay there for the rest of our lives. Now imagine you're sitting in front of your house and it's somewhat dark. And you're enjoying this crisp outside air, clean air. And as you're sitting down, relaxing, you see this shadowy figure walking towards you. You can't tell who it is. You're not expecting anybody to come by. And then all of a sudden, you're gripped with this bit of fear. What is this person coming towards me for? What does he want? So in fear, you're just about to turn around, go into the house and lock the door. But in the light of the window, you notice that it's your father. And now all the fear disappears, and you run up to him and you hug him. Oh, father, or papa, or dad. What changed? It was the same person you saw that lent fear and apprehension in your mind. Fear of something you didn't know who it was. He didn't change, he's the same person. Yet he went from a terrifying stranger to a loving daddy in a few seconds. Why did that happen? How does that happen? What changed? It's your perception that changed, didn't it? You saw him in a better light, so you no longer feared what you saw. That is what we seek to do in this world. Abhayam mitra. Abhayam. We pray that, oh God, fear, free me from fear. But what we're really praying is that help us understand things so that we do not fear any longer. Change our perceptions. Yoga in the Western world, we twist ourselves in the shape of a pretzel. But that is not what true yoga is about. Yoga, real yoga, is that which brings mind and God together. So in the practice of true yoga, we don't focus on changing the external world. We focus on changing our internal world. How we think, how we see, and how we think changes how we act. And we change that internal world. There's a Sanskrit saying which I love. It says, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshaya. It means that as the mind, so the person. Bondage or liberation exists in our own minds. We are not bound by the outside world. We determine how we see and understand the outside world. You've heard me say this before. You look at the world through rose-colored glasses, you see a rose-colored world. You look at the world through the glasses of hate and dislike, and we see a world of hate and dislike. However, if we choose to look at the world through the glasses of love, we'll see a world of love. It starts within. I know many of you may have questions about this. Ask me after. It's okay. We can discuss. Yoga tells us, Chitta vritti nirodha. If you control your mind, you have controlled everything. This is why most cultures have some form of establishing discipline. Fasting. And with this in mind, I'd like to invite all of you, those who are in a serious journey, spiritual growth. We have our Guru Purnima Vrata Yajna next Saturday at 10 o'clock at 12712 133rd Avenue. Bring your own Havan Kund if you come and join us. There will be no singing, there will be not many speeches and things like that. It's purely focused on prayer. Patanjali Yoga Sutra teaches us Tada Drishtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. The Drishtu, the seer, the wise person, Avasthanam, meaning creates and abides in his own nature. We create our own world in which we live. This is what we're talking about. We create our own destiny. Our destiny indeed in our own hands. Adi Shankaracharya puts it beautifully. And I know when I use these verses, sometimes there's an argument among others about whether I am Vedantic or Arya Samaj. Please, let us not waste our time, our precious time, with that kind of, I don't see the difference. Mano buddhya ahankara chetaninaham na cha shrotra jive na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayu chidananda rupa shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am not mind, I am not intelligence, I am none of these, I am not the memory, I am not the hearing and the tongue, the tasting faculties, I am not the smelling and the seeing faculties. I am not sky, I am not earth, I am not space, I am not fire, I am none of these. I am Shivoham, Shivo Aham. I am that pure, divine, blissful consciousness within. My fellow souls, let's say that you go and you look into a mirror. And you look into a mirror and you see something on your face. You wouldn't walk away, would you? Most of us would stop and say, okay, let me clean this off. Or you look into a mirror and the mirror is distorted and you see your head distorted. You don't think, oh, my head is distorted. You think, oh, mirror is bad. Right? It's our level of understanding. So let's say you look in this mirror, you see spots of dirt on your face and you take the time to clean it. But every Sunday we come to Mandir and we analyze, and I know this goes on in our minds, we feel guilty about the things we do outside of Mandir, and you're always at the back of your mind, oh, I'm going to stop doing this, I'm going to stop taking that drug, or I'm going to stop drinking, or I'm going to stop talking badly about people. We come to the Mandir, we look into the spiritual mirror of introspection, and we do nothing. How is this? We clean our face looking in the mirror, we clean the spots, we come to Mandir, we look at the spiritual mirror, we see all the bad things, but we walk away without cleaning anything. How can we improve? How can we change the way we see the world if we refuse to clean the spiritual mind with the things that we know is dirty? We get ourselves caught up in the negative emotions of the world and we experience pain and sorrow, anger, dejection, jealousy, and we cry over these things we have created. In helpless sorrow, we turn to God. Oh, God, help me. And God says, but my son, I gave you the power in your hands, so do it for yourself. We have the power in our own hands. Bhagavad Gita says that Mrityu sarvahara chaham ubhavaha cha bhavishyatam Kiriti Shri Vacha Narinam Shmiti Medha Driti Kshama. What a beautiful verse. God, in this case, that divinity within you is not only the force of creation in your life, but He is also the force of destruction in your life. You have energy. What do you do? What do you use it for? Do you use for creative things in your life? Do you use it to make yourself better? Or do you use that same energy for destructive things in your life? What do you use the energy for? God gave you the energy, but He didn't tell you, yes, only use it for soul. He gave you the choice to use the energy in a positive way or in a negative way. So here, Bhagavan Krishna explains in this that this divinity, that power, that divine force within yourself is responsible for the all-devouring mrityu, death, or living a life like you're already dead. It is the same force which is responsible for prosperity and good things in our lives. Smriti, memory, intelligence, driti, courage, and kshama, forgiveness. It is the same force. We apply the force differently. In the same way you can apply force, you push something or you pull something. How do we apply the force in our lives? We have to realize that forgiving of someone is like releasing a prisoner. And I forgot who said this, but it's so beautifully put. Forgiving someone is like releasing a prisoner, and then you realize that the prisoner was you. That is absolutely beautiful. That is so profound, that very idea. And when we do not, we remain prisoners, trapped in the prison walls of our own minds. Nobody helped to build that prison. So, my fellow souls, we want to clean our mirror first. Let's begin with forgiveness. How else can we free ourselves from ourselves? How many of you know people that you go to their house or their garage and you see they never ever throw anything out? It piles up in the garage, overflows with stuff. They never give any away, they never throw anything out. And when questioned, they will tell you that it is their mess. They like it like that. They need all those things. How many of our minds is like that garage? Think about it seriously. It is filled to the brim with one big pile of jumbled mess, and we defend our mess. Oh no, it's my mess. Leave me alone. I want that. You would often hear this kind of person say, I will never change. I like who I am, and you like me this way. Right? That's the kind of person you would hear say things like that. I will speak my mind. I don't care what others think. This is how I am. Leave me or love me. This is called defending our messy state of mind. That's what it is. So, to clean out your garage, what would you do? You will use a logical approach. You will sort through everything, determine what is useful and what you want to keep. And you will put those aside. Then you might look at the things you have no use for, you may give them away, or you might even have a garage sale. And let somebody else take the junk and put it in their garage. Right? So you separate these things that are no use to you or anyone, and you would throw those out. So in a systematic manner, you will clear your garage out so that once again you find usable space in your garage. So let us find usable space in our minds, in our heads, in our skulls. You see, I don't know how many of you in business, but it's the first basic step in lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, 5S. I'm a trained lean leader, Six Sigma person, so I know about this. So let's look at our minds and apply the same kind of logic and systematic approach. Let us sort through the muddled mess in our minds and keep what we know is good and of use. And throw out all the thoughts that are no good to you and do you no good. Tell those thoughts, I have no time for you in my head. I will not spend a moment thinking about you. Refuse entry from those thoughts that poisons your mind. Negative thoughts about other people. Things that make you sad, things that make you angry. At work, there was this woman who got in an argument with somebody else. Older woman, she had a lot of pains. And she just speaks that way. She's very gruff. So I fixed the other end. I went to her. I says, boy, you walk around like you have a heavy load on your shoulder. What's going on? So she told me the argument she had. So I sat on the ground next to her chair and I says, Linda, look at me. And she says, no. I says, look at me, Linda. She says, no, Jack. I says, why not? She says, because I know you're trying to talk me out of my bad mood. Don't be like Linda. Talk yourself out of that bad mood. You know, clear space in your mind. Make space for good thoughts. Good thoughts will translate into good words and good actions and good deeds in your mind. Ruthlessly kick out those thoughts which take up this valuable mind space. Be ruthless about it. And do not give entry into those thoughts anymore. This is one time when it's good to be selfish. Don't allow those thoughts in our minds. Use prayers and meditation to help you clear out those thoughts. You remember this verse that this shloka from Bhagavad Gita? Yatha idhamsi samidha agni bhasmasat kurute arjuna jana agni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute tatha. Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjuna, just as this blazing fire, this samidha blazing agni fire reduces idamsi, the firewood, to ashes, bhasmasat. Similarly, the fire of self-knowledge will reduce those bad thoughts, which will reduce the bonds of karma that we face. That will go into much deeper discussion, which we don't have the time for now. But my sisters and my brothers, let us clean the clutter from our minds, and we'll find it much easier to focus, to love, to say good things, to make ourselves better children of God in this journey of life. I ask you to remember, when we truly see the value in our existence, the purpose of our existence, then we will give ourselves to the universe, to others. Remember, the candle burns and melts away to do what? To give light. The agarbatti burns away to ash to do what? To give fragrance. So I ask you, what do you live to give? Or do you live to take and take and take? The tree grows, gives its life cycle to flowers and fruits, even in non-flowering plants and the grasses, lives and gives oxygen to us. I ask you this, what do you live to give? Or do you take and take and take? To understand our purpose, we have to free our minds. We have to free ourselves from our own self-made prisons. And then we can truly see the value in our existence, the true purpose of our existence. Lastly, I'd like to remind you, if you do not have this, in it there's a shloka, the Manusmriti, the 10 laws, Driti Kshama Damosteyam Saucham Indriya Nigraha Dhrir Vidya Satyam Akrudho Dakshakam Dharma Lakshanam. And I won't go into details. I ask you to get that and to review and to practice those 10 laws in our lives. And by doing this, we will begin the journey of cleaning our minds, of creating what Rabindranath Tagore wrote, the clear stream of reason in our heads. My fellow souls, this is the way to true freedom of mind, the way of liberation, the way of moksha. This is our divine way. This is our Vedic way. This is our Aryan way. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Om. With love and humility in my heart, I say namaste to each and every one of you.